It was another one-sided match in IPL season 10. Delhi Daredevils thrashed Rising Pune Supergiant by 97 runs at the MCA Stadium in Pune. Lots of disappointment for the home crowd as the home side was absolutely not for the clash. They were not ready for the clash. At the toss, there was some disappointment earlier. Steven Smith was ruled out of the game due to bad stomach, and Rahane was leading the side. That was a big body blow for the home side, as he has been the informed batsman and a charismatic leader. So it was all left. In fact, it was all left to Dhoni and other senior batsmen to step up. Faf du Plessis was included in the side, and there were as many as 4 changes in the Pune's team. While on the other hand, Delhi Daredevils were a more settled side. Even though they lost the first game, they looked a more settled side on paper. Rahane won the toss in his first match as captain in an IPL history. He sent Delhi into bat. Remember, this was a good chasing ground once again. Pune did the same earlier in the season. They got the early wicket as well, but it was Sanju Samson who made use of the power play. He walked in early at number 3 and he was timing the ball pretty well at the start of his innings. He didn't take too many risks, but he played all along the carpet, but he found the gaps as well. He was off to a flyer, and that put pressure on the Rising Pune Supergiant. The RPS side has a problem with their bowling, and it is at the start as well as at the death. The middle overs is taken care of Zahir, in fact Tahir and Zampa was included in the side, so 2 leg spinners could bowl those middle overs, but the real problem lies at the top and as well as at the death overs. Samson eventually brought up his first T20 100 and first of this IPL season as well. His was a typically paced innings. He started off pretty fast, then he built up his innings quite nicely. He picked up his 2s and 3s, and in the end he flourished. His flourishing innings ensured that Delhi had a good platform to finish in the end. Chris Morris made use of that. Ben Stokes and Ashok Dinda were taken to the cleaners. When Morris was facing Stokes in the last over, all the cameras were on Carlos Brathwaite in the dugout. It was Brathwaite would have told how to go about facing Stokes in the final over. Remember, he cut it for 4-6 earlier in World T20 tournament. Morris's final flurry of strokes ensured that Delhi got past the 200-run mark. Whenever you are chasing a score of over 200, you have to get off to a good start. By good start, it means that you have to make use of the power play overs as well as not lose wickets. So that's a tricky situation for any chasing team to be in. And with Smith out of the team as well, du Plessis came in, and it is always hard for a batsman to sit out for a few weeks and come in and get on with things straight away. But the target was such that he had to go for his strokes early on. Rising Pune Supergiant kept on losing wickets at the start, and when you are 4 down for nothing much in the first 6 or 7 overs, it's eventually game over, and you are always playing catch up from there. Dhoni too didn't find his rhythm. He has been struggling throughout this IPL. His retirement from one form of the game is really showing in his way he's timing the ball. He's not playing his free self. And in the end, they were all out for 108 and they lost the game by a whopping 97 runs. Not only did they lose 2 points, their net run rate came down drastically. If I was Rising Pune Supergiant management, I would ask Dhoni to open the batting, and I will ask him to go for the juggler. Remember, many teams have tried using their stroke makers up the order and it has come off well. So Rising Pune Supergiant could try Dhoni at the top of the order and ask him to go for shots earlier, and that can set the tempo for the innings. As far as Delhi are concerned, their all-round side clicked for once, and they look a good side on paper. They have a good balance of youth and experience in that. Zair Khan their skipper picked up 3 wickets and he was looking in his elements. The bowling part of it looks very strong with Cummins, Zahir and Morris taking care of the fast bowling department, and Mishra and Shahbaz Nadeem form a good pair of spinners. In all, they form a very good side. As far as RPS are concerned, they have to go back to the drawing board and they would eagerly wait for Smith to join the next game. Thanks once again for watching.